Hi guys, today I'm doing a bit of a spontaneous video on diamond painting. I wasn't planning on filming this today, I was actually going to set up my desk area to do something else, but I kind of felt like sharing this with you. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this before. They reached out to me over on Instagram and asked if I wanted to create some content on their diamond painting kits. I hadn't done this before, but I had seen it, and actually my mum had a few kits that she had tried in the past as well. So I was kind of aware of what it was and had wanted to try it, I just hadn't got around to doing it because I had tons of other things that I was doing. I know you can get kits from places like AliExpress and stuff like that, but the images that they use and sell over there aren't necessarily theirs, and you can't really guarantee if the photo that they're using is a legit photo that they can use and sell, or if they have stolen it from an artist and are profiting off of it. So yeah, I had a proper look on this website and they have a few different ready-made designs, but they also have the option to do custom images. This video is going to be marked as an ad, but I'm not being paid to do it. This is just something that I've been gifted and I wanted to share with you basically. They have provided me with a discount code, so anyone who wants to try it out can get 15% off with the code MyGreenCow. Obviously I'll have all of that information and links and stuff down below. It's something that when I started out I didn't think I would be quite so obsessed with it, but I am, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. I've always been someone who's enjoyed jigsaws, so to me this is kind of like a very difficult jigsaw. Actually, it's not even difficult, it's just time consuming, but for me it's just something that I can do and kind of take a moment to just switch off my brain or watch something or listen to a podcast or something. Since doing these I have picked up a few kind of tips or tricks, shall we say, that have helped me, so I thought I would share that on this video as well. This one I'm currently doing is one of my photos from when I went to Edinburgh. I finished this one, which I did share a photo over on my Instagram, but this one is from when I went to Brussels, and it is, I don't think I'm going to fit it in the whole frame of the camera, but this is my feet on the Erin Condren floor that they had at Planacon Europe in Brussels. So that was my trip to Brussels. This is my trip to Edinburgh. So this one I am halfway through. I still have this over the top. Some people do it kind of like corner by corner, so they'll pull back a section and just do this whole section, so they'll open multiple colours at once. I have found it easier, or just in general, like, it's my preference to just do one colour at a time, mainly because then I don't have a ton of bags open. I don't want to risk knocking a ton of gems over. It does mean that I am constantly opening this thing up and bits of fluff get caught around the edges, but eventually when I put it in a frame I'm going to cut this off of it anyway, so this little white border will not be there. If you're completely new to this and you're not sure what diamond painting is, you basically get a canvas, which is what this thing is. It's kind of like a floppy piece of material, piece of canvas, and on it, I'll try and zoom this in so you can see, once you peel the plastic off it's all sticky, other than obviously once you put the gems on, and all the different colours have a different letter, and then down the side you have a key which tells you which colour should go on which letter. So once I've finished a colour and I don't want to do any more, I will cover it back up with plastic so the stickiness stays sticky. There's little packs of tiny gems which are all numbered, obviously this is pack number 800. You'll find the number on here and then it will tell you which letter it needs to be stuck on. I'm not quite sure on other brands, but with paint gems you get these little trays which have like ridges on, which help you to have all the gems turned the right way up. I figured out a little knack to that, so I'll share how I get them all turned up the right way a little bit later. These are like the fancy pens. I think they come free with each order over a certain amount, but on the ends of them they basically have like a little, this one has wax in it at the moment so you can't see it completely well, but it's like a little hole in the bottom of it, and with that you get these little pots of wax. This is the one I'm currently using, so it kind of looks gross because it's got like fluff and stuff in it, but let me show you one that I've not opened and used yet so you can see how it actually looks. So this is how it looks when you first get it, which is a lot nicer, and then this is what it ends up looking like once you've given it a few jabs. But yeah, you basically stick the pen and give it a little turn and a wiggle so it fills the end up with a bit of wax, and that makes it so you can pick up each gem and stick it onto the stickiness, but because the stickiness is stickier than the wax they just come straight off of the pen, there's no faffing. I realise I'm explaining this very like point blank and dumbed down, but that's just how I explain things. So they do come with these ones as well, which are a different type of pen. So these ones are a bit heavier, this one's a bit lighter. I prefer the heavier ones, my mum seems to prefer the lighter ones, so yeah, you've kind of got an option there. And they do come with these attachments on the end which are to pick up more than one gem gem at once, but again, I don't like using them. I actually prefer doing them one by one. And then also they come with these little bags as well, so you can bag up any leftover gems you have. I've kept all of my stuff in this little tray. So these ones are from the past pictures that I've done, and I've just basically put the colour gem in the bag and then numbered it on the outside. I've realised between the different projects that the numbers stay the same for each colour, but the letters change. You don't have to keep these once you have finished with them. They are eco-friendly, so they are biodegradable, so you don't have to worry about anything like that, but I've just been keeping them just in case I need them or run out of a colour or something, I don't know. And then in this tray I've also kept all of the colours that I still need to put on this one, and obviously all my spare little tools and stuff. So yeah, that's kind of a rundown on what it is and how you do it. I am going to do some now and I will speed it up so you're not sat here for hours watching me, and then afterwards I'll go through some of the little tips and stuff that I've picked up along the way. Just doing those two sections took me about 15 minutes, maybe a little bit over, so you can kind of get an idea of how long it takes. It does take a little while, but so does the jigsaw. Whilst I was doing that, you probably saw me shaking this every now and again. That is how I figured out how to get them lying flat in the little lines on here. So I just kind of shake them up to the top and then shake them back down to the bottom, and they start to line up in the little lines, which is obviously really handy because then you can just go back and forward without having to flip them over or anything. Also, because it's so sticky, you don't have to press them down hard. You just basically have to place them and they stick. They come off with a pen. Sometimes when I put them down, they're not completely straight, so I will twist them about a bit. With these pens, after a while when I've been doing that, the end bit here, the silver bit, kind of disappears into the pen. But you can pull this end off, and it has a little twisty thing in here that you just kind of twist back down and it will poke it back out the bottom. That's just a little thing with these pens that I've found. I also forgot to mention as well, they do come with tweezers, so you get a pair of tweezers with each kit as well, so if you do end up sticking one in the wrong place, you can easily take it off, which is really handy. I feel like with things like this, a lot of people would say, what's the point of doing it? I kind of had that mindset when I first saw them, like once it's done, what do you do with it? In my mind, it's kind of like a jigsaw in the fact that you're doing it for the process. Because this is a custom one, obviously once it's finished, it's going to be like a memento of a trip. It is super satisfying to put all of the little gems in. It can get a bit tedious when you have large chunks of one colour, but that's all pretty much down to what photo you end up choosing. The little gems, I don't think I'm going to be able to show this very well on camera camera, because my camera isn't a macro camera, it doesn't have a macro lens, so I don't think it will be able to show up. But what I will do, if I can't show you, I'll try and take a photo and then put it on screen. But basically the little diamond things you get have two different patterns on. You might be able to see it there, but if not, I'll put a photo on the screen anyway. But one of them, this top one, it has a straight design on it, and the bottom one has a diagonal one. But yeah, you have two different styles of gems, I suppose. When I first started doing these, I tried to make sure not to put like one of the square ones next to another square one. I was trying to like alternate it because I thought that might make a difference. It really doesn't. Obviously they've got the different things on there, so then when you've finished, the light can hit it at different angles and it will sparkle. But in terms of placing them next to each other, it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I just kind of ignore whether it's a straight one or a diamondy one now and just put them on where they're meant to go. I have realised that until I've put all of the gems onto the canvas, they do kind of wiggle about a bit sometimes. Any of the ones like this, which are just like two gems in the middle of a massive sticky patch, sometimes like wiggle out of place. But yeah, you can obviously wiggle them back in, and once all the gaps are full, they kind of squish against each other. And even on the one I've got framed, some of the gems are a little bit wonky, but you really can't tell once it's in a frame and they're all finished. But yeah, so that is a little look into my diamond painting, diamond art, paint gemming, I don't know what to call it. I've been sharing it over on my Instagram, and I will continue to do that as I, you know, progress with this and get it more and more filled. But I just felt like sitting down and chatting to you guys on here and sharing it with you on my YouTube channel, because I have had quite a few questions on it over on my Instagram, so I thought I'd just sit down and do a video. I do definitely recommend this brand if you are thinking of doing it. Their prices are pretty reasonable. They are more on the pricier side in comparison to like buying from China or something, but you get a really decent kit with it. You get all of the stuff you need. It's all packaged really cute, and you know that the photos you're going to get are legit, and you also know that the gems as well are eco-friendly. I'm not quite sure what the deal is with the ones from China. I will have a link below. It's not an affiliate link or anything, it's just a link, and I'll have a discount code down below for you as well. If you do end up getting a custom one, I'd love to see what you guys choose, what photos you do. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.